Background, I'm not from Gallatin, but I was raised part of my younger life out 109, going towards Portland. There's a little lane that cuts off out there. Of course, now that they've done the bypass, I'm not sure that lane is even the end of it. It's there, but it's Grazer's Lane. You know Grazer's Lane?
Yes, I do.
Excuse me, my grandfather had a farm up Grazer's Lane. So I've been raised part of my younger life up there. And I traversed Gallatin on a pretty regular basis as a young boy. I get my hair cut right around the corner here. There was a barber shop, and there was a drugstore maybe where this store is.
There was Clark's.
Switch.
The Sweeney Switch is around the corner, but Clark's was over here.
Okay.
Clark's Drug.
Okay. And then the bank was on the far corner over there. I forget Farmers Bank. I'm not sure.
Farmers and Merchants. One of them. Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
The hardware store was on down the street on the right. They'd still be down there. I don't know.
I think it's part of Gibson.
Okay, probably so. And then below that was a grocery store. I forget. Could have been antique. I'm not sure about that.
That one I don't know.
My grandfather said he wasn't a commercial gardener, but he would take excess garden stuff and sell it to them.
Right.
Anyway, I guess what I brought for you to see, my grandmother's father was A.C.
Dobbins
Pike is named him.
Yeah.
And he was the register of deeds here in Gallatin for many years. In fact, his name, I'm sure, is probably still on the old deeds, that haven't been transferred or whatever the case may be. But he was in the Civil War, captured a couple of times. I brought some documentation for you to see. That's really why I'm here, just to kind of give you that background. My grandfather was J.E. Bassagalupo. I don't think there are any Bassagalupos here now. I'm sure there are not. A lot of Ryans, R-Y-A-N, families.
Yes, there are.
There are a lot of Ryans that live on either side of us on the country road. And another little interesting twist. When I was on the farm, our mailbox was probably about a half a mile from the house, and it was where about 10 mailboxes were in a row. And, the mailman would put mail in all of them, and, I would get my mail, and sometimes a neighbor or two would take back to him on the way as I walked back to my grandfather's farm. And when my children started grammar school, at Little Beach in Hendersonville, the principal's name was Sam Massey. And I said, Sam Massey, I said, you know what? I said, when I was a little boy, I used to go get the mail and I described where it was. And I said, there was a Sam Massey that would always give me a stick of gum or a sucker. And he said, well, that was my dad.
Oh, gosh.
So that was an interesting twist to, his daddy was with the post office down the street down here. And I had a couple of uncles that went to Gallatin High School, and high school used to be on the right, just down here past the post office, I think. So that's a little of my background. Now, I'll be glad to try to share with you anything about Dobbins that you might want to look at or see or read or whatever. I'm Tom Mosier. I'm sorry, Tom. Darrell. Nice to meet you. Yes. This document is a handwritten roster of the men that served in Company E of the 30th Regiment, and it's an original handwritten document. I even took this to the state of Tennessee, and they made copies of it. In fact, they're the ones that laminated it for me. And then, as further, not so much proof, but as further evidence for the this particular company was Tennessee in the Civil War. It was the 30th Tennessee Infantry Regiment. And some of these names here of the officers are in here. And this tells what happened to most of these men after the war.
Oh,
And if
really?
you read across, it'll tell where they were killed, or they're home and still living, or they're dead, or some information about. Most of them are just the first initial and last name. They don't.
Yeah, that is one for dance, returned and died at Soldier's Home in 1897.
First got out the name.
Oh, okay.
And what is your name, sir?
Foster Carter.
Foster Carter. So, are you the gentleman had the article in the paper?
Yeah, that was me too.
Now, are you a Gallatin native?
Yeah.
Okay. I was telling JoAnn, my grandfather had a farm out 109 off of Braden's Lane. That's the loophole. I don't know if you ever meet church Christ preacher. I didn't think you were a Gallatin native. I thought maybe you know that name.
What was his name now?
Bassigalupo was his last name. Bacigalupo. Bassigalupo. I'll tell you a funny story that happened. We went to the county fair one time. I was probably about 9 years old, 8 or 9 years old. And my grandfather knew Sheriff Gracie at the time. So they stopped and called on the midway. And as we're going down the midway, one of these fortune teller ladies kept doing like that. You know, tell a fortune. My grandfather being a preacher, you know, he had to lie a little bit. Like he could, she pointed at him and she said, preacher, tell a lie. For an 8 or 9-year-old boy, you can imagine. How in the world did she know that? He figured it out since Sheriff Gracie probably told him. But man, I said, how in the world did she know that?
It was a good joke.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Good joke.
Good. Set him up.
Somebody died in Illinois, there's one that died in St. Louis, died in Georgia, died in Clarksville.
Foster, when she's done with that, if you want to jump into the picture you brought, but what that history that you've got is pretty amazing. But I'm just like,
That's a history of his family, Foster.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What she, you and me talking about the Roxy Theater, right? Okay, I was actually 17. The newspaper said 16. It was 1957, Halloween night. And I don't know if I came up by myself. But we went to the movie, and it was just a regular movie. Then they showed the scary movie, because it was Halloween night. And then I went home, and I don't know how we found out about it, but we probably saw the ladies. My dad and I came back up here, and we stood right over here on the corner and watched it burn.
Oh, wow.
And there was an ice cream shop next door. And all I could think about is all that ice cream melted.
Get melted.
But the Roxy was a beautiful theater, and the Palace is fantastic now, thanks to Don. Yeah, really.
Yeah, she is.
And but it was, you could go to the girls kept their feet up the seats because rats would run across your feet. I mean, not mice, rats. And it was pretty bad shape.
Now, was the Roxy the same place where the Palace is now?
No, the Roxy was right over here next to where the library is at.
Oh, okay.
The palace is down over here.
Yes.
Yes, same place it is now.
I never even knew Roxy was
Oh,
over here.
yeah, it was, well, you have to be old like me. But also we had the corn crib over here, which is still there.
Yeah. Boy, that smelled good.
Yes, on Saturday night, people would be out, everybody in town would be full, people would be going to the movies and walking around.
It was packed.
This here, this building here in the 50s was Dunkin's drugstore. And you could get a banana split for either 25 cents or 35 cents, I don't remember. But it had real ice cream, strawberry, vanilla, and chocolate. And it was just, there was another drugstore around in front of the Roxy, but I can't remember what it was. Clark's.
Yeah, that's what I told you about.
And I think they had something in the Swing Swift.
Across the street over there, on the other side of the square.
My mother worked at J.J. Newberry's.
Oh, yeah, they had a